Something explosive is brewing inside the Labour Party, and this time it's not coming from the Tories or the press, it's coming from deep within their own ranks. A sharp and unexpected attack has rocked Keir Starmer's leadership, threatening to tear open a divide that could reshape the entire immigration debate, and it's only just beginning. Let's break it down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Keir Starmer is once again facing open rebellion from inside his own party. This time from Labour grandee Alan Johnson, who has come out swinging over the party's latest immigration plans. And make no mistake, this isn't some bold new solution to Britain's broken border system. It's a headline-chasing distraction, and even Labour's old guard can see it. Hot on the heels of former Prime Minister Tony Blair's jab at governments for failing on the climate agenda, Johnson has jumped in to deliver a devastating blow, warning that Starmer's so-called crackdown on immigration could now put Britain's top universities at risk. Speaking to the BBC, Johnson said, "They need to recognise that we have world-class universities, and they are under threat for a variety of reasons. If they don't grasp this, if they make the mistake of believing that the way to solve the migration problem is to ruin our universities and close some of them, they will be making a very big mistake." But let's be clear, this isn't about protecting universities. It's about exposing yet another cowardly dodge by a Labour leader who refuses to confront the real problem: illegal immigration. Starmer and his Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, are preparing to roll out a new immigration white paper in the coming weeks. And what's the big idea? They want to make it harder for foreign students to stay in the country after graduating. All because net migration hit a record-breaking 900,000 last year. But here's what they're not talking about: the tens of thousands arriving illegally across the channel, the broken asylum system that rewards fake claims, the foreign criminals walking our streets who should have been deported years ago. Labour isn't touching any of that. Why? Because they're terrified. Terrified of offending their activist base, terrified of being called right-wing, and terrified of actually doing the job of defending Britain's borders. Instead, they've chosen the easiest target possible: foreign students. Not because they're causing chaos or crime, but because it's politically safe. It gives the illusion that Starmer is getting tough, when in reality, he's bottling the real fight. This is classic Starmer. All optics, no backbone. And now, even his own party veterans are calling it out. Alan Johnson isn't some fringe figure. He's a former Home Secretary, former Education Secretary, a man who knows how government works. If he's saying this policy could lead to universities shutting down, then it's not scaremongering. It's a real risk. And it's being driven by a Labour Party that's desperately flailing for headlines, not building serious policy. But let's not get distracted by the university angle either, because the heart of the issue is this: Britain has a migration crisis, and Starmer has no serious plan to fix it. His government won't stop the boats. They won't streamline deportations. They won't stop handing out taxpayer-funded hotel rooms to those with no legal right to be here. Instead, they want to punish the easy targets while letting the real abusers of the system carry on unchecked. And that's why the backlash inside Labour is growing. Tony Blair, Alan Johnson, two senior figures now openly questioning the direction of the party. And behind the scenes, more MPs are grumbling, because they know what the public knows: Starmer's Labour is all talk, no teeth. He's more interested in managing public relations than solving real problems, more focused on controlling headlines than controlling borders. And the British people, we're not buying it anymore. Starmer promised a government of integrity and action. What we're getting is a government of indecision, cowardice, and political theatre. So let's call this what it is. This immigration crackdown is a sham, a cheap gimmick designed to hide the fact that Labour is refusing to deal with Britain's actual migration emergency. And if this is the best Starmer has to offer, then Britain is in deeper trouble than we thought. In other news, Labour's biggest union backer has attacked the government's net zero drive, warning it risks becoming a political millstone around the party's neck. Unite the Union warned Labour cannot expect workers to support their net zero plan unless they can provide the jobs to back it up. The criticism comes after former Prime Minister Tony Blair sparked controversy by claiming net zero strategies aimed at limiting fossil fuels are doomed to fail. Unite General Secretary Sharon Graham warned the party, "The time to act is now." Graham said the union is not against net zero, but warned it will not be achieved without serious investment in new jobs. She said Unite has warned time after time that all the rhetoric about a joined-up industrial strategy and future jobs must be backed up with serious investment that actually delivers. What is Labour waiting for? The time to act is now. If they fail to do this, then Labour cannot expect workers to support their net zero plan. In a report for the Tony Blair Institute, the former Labour leader said politics were driving voters away from net zero confidence. Blair argued that people were being asked to make financial sacrifices and changes in lifestyle, despite their minimal impact on global emissions. These are the inconvenient facts, which mean that any strategy based on either phasing out fossil fuels in the short term or limiting consumption is a strategy doomed to fail, Blair wrote. Blair's comments prompted a swift clarification from his own institute, which issued a statement saying, "The report is clear that we support the government's 2050 net zero targets." The statement appeared to be an attempt to deflect criticism from Sir Keir Starmer, despite the report being widely viewed as a criticism of Energy Secretary Ed Miliband's push for net zero. Environment Secretary Steve Reed backed Blair's intervention, telling Times Radio he was making a valid and important contribution to a very significant debate. Reed told the media the intervention was helpful, adding, "You have to be pragmatic with these things. We have to manage the transition in a way that people in the economy can go along with it." The GMB union has also criticized the government's energy policy as bonkers, with General Secretary Gary Smith describing it as absolute madness to cut investment in North Sea oil and gas. Conservative energy spokesman Andrew Bowie said, "No amount of contrived backtracking can cover for the fact that Tony Blair clearly thinks the Labour Party's approach to net zero is causing hardship for the British people." Downing Street said the Prime Minister has absolute confidence in Energy Secretary Ed Miliband, calling him fantastic. However, when pressed on whether Miliband would remain in post for the rest of Parliament, the spokesman refused to confirm it. The PM absolutely backs the Energy Secretary. "He does a great job in winning the global race for the jobs of the future," the spokesman added. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.